Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HaLACHA. And here's a brand new HaLACHA for you, and it's for Tuesday, the first day of March. Here we go. So let's say you want to give money to a poor person on Purim, as the mitzvah says, to give matanos lavyon, gifts to the very poor. And you just happen to find out that you gave your money to someone and he didn't spend it on his Purim needs. So does that mean that you messed up on your Matanas Lavyonim? Because the idea is that you're supposed to be helping him with his buying for his Purim Seudah, and you find out that somebody gave him a gift, and the whole Seudah was paid for, and he's using the money to buy I don't know, new mattresses for his house. So is that okay? And the answer is yes. It's just your responsibility to get money to a poor person for Purim, and if he uses it for something other than his Purim Seudah, you still did your job, and that's fine. A little small bit of analysis on the word evyon, of matanos lavyonim. There is a discussion in halacha which kind of explains that a ani is a regular poor person who's embarrassed to ask for money, and an evyon is sort of poorer than that, and he's at the level where it doesn't even embarrass him to ask because he's just got to and he's used to, and he just asks everybody, help me, help me, help me. And that's technically what an evyon is called, and that's who the money is supposed to go to. But the accepted opinion of pretty much everyone is that you just give to a poor person, and you don't have to like go out of your way trying to figure out if he's an ani or an evyon, poor or poorer. The Aruch HaShulchan is clear about this. He says just give to a needy person, and you'll be fine, and that'll be just totally good. If you know of a person, let's say that he has a car, and they have a house, but you just happen to know that he's having trouble making ends meet, he's having trouble supporting his family, that already is enough to be considered a valid cause for matanos lavyonim. You could be giving that money to that family for Purim, and that would be fine. Remember, there are a lot of people who feel that I don't know how to, that I don't really interface with the poorest of our community, and I won't be able to give the money directly to them. I'm going to give it to the rabbi of the community, and he's going to distribute it. That's totally fine. That's actually how it's done for a lot of people. And if you say, but I didn't give it to the poor person, I gave it to the rabbi, and the rabbi kind of sort of became my messenger, that's totally fine halachically. This is a mitzvah that can be done through a messenger. Rabbi Elyashiv was famous to have said that there are a lot of people today who can, even though we call them quote-unquote poor, but they can afford a Purim Seudah. Maybe yours is more beautiful than theirs, but they're still going to have some chicken, and they're going to have some wine, and they're just, but they're still called poor. So that's still, you just give, and you give to a needy person, even if it's not going to go to their Purim cause, that's okay. It could go to their hachnasas kala because they're trying to make a wedding and can't afford it. It could go to their health care because someone needs surgery and they can't pay for it. Those are all causes that you could be donating to for the poor person, and don't worry that the money that you're actually giving is not actually going to their Purim meal. That's still all considered fine. If you know of a Kollel family, okay, and they are, they're not living too fancy, they seem poor, they're being supported by their parents and in-laws, so they're quote-unquote poor, but they're living fine. They have a house, they have a car, they have good food on their table, they just have very little income, and people support them, then they're not necessarily considered poor. In this day and age, that is the arrangement that a lot of people have, and they're living just fine. It's just that they don't have an income yet, and people have chosen to take upon themselves the income of this kollel couple. Well, then that kollel couple doesn't really qualify to be your matanos lavyonim, your gifts to the poor. So say the poskim. You should rather be giving it to someone who's not able to make ends meet, having trouble with medical bills, etc. And remember, I'll say it again, you can arrange all this by just giving the money to your rabbi and have him appropriately distribute it to the people of your community. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.